What's going on, everybody? My name is Factures and welcome back to another video. So today I want to discuss with you the best attachments I've had the most success with in BattleBit Remastered so far. Alrighty guys, so to kick it off, we're going to start out with the slip scope for my main site. Now the main site is really important, you know, everybody's going to have their own what they like about it and what they don't like about whatever scope they're using, but this one has been like my perfect go-to. It's pretty much a hollow sight, and then it has some magnification to it. I'm not sure if it's a 2 or a 3x, but it's definitely not a 4, so it's one of those two, and I really love it. It's super good. I think it's like a 2x or something like that, and it works out really well. Alrighty guys, and moving to the top sight, I like to use the C red dot top. This one is my favorite out of all these ones. I don't know what it is, but just the shape about it, I like it. Again, all this is going to come down to a lot of preference to a lot of people, so if you don't use these things, I completely understand, but for me personally, I really like this sight. I also want to quickly add that I do not use a canted sight because someone in my comments said that the canted sight is slower to switch to than the top sight, which in my testing seems to be the case as well. So I've been only using the top sight and it seems to be working out like a charm. Next up, moving on to the magazine, we have the Quick A mag. Now I really like this mag on the M4, but if I unlock something for the ARs that had a quicker reload than the M4, I think I would use the extended. But for the M4 specifically on this build, I really like the 30 rounds. The quicker reload is a lot better for me personally. Next up, I'm going to move on to the Underbarrel, and for the Underbarrel, I'm pretty straightforward with this one. I really appreciate what the vertical grip does. I really don't like vertical recoil in games. I don't think that it's not like it should be there. I appreciate that it's a thing. I mean, imagine if it was only horizontal. That wouldn't make any sense, but I think that horizontal is much more manageable in my opinion, and I'd rather not have to pull down on my mouse extremely hard to make sure that I can compensate for extremely harsh recoil. Moving on, we have the side rail, and on my side rail I like to keep the searchlight. This is my favorite side rail attachment because this thing is so useful. If you're in a dark room or a dark building, if you blind an enemy with this, chances are they're going to be confused whether or not you're an enemy or a teammate, and they're going to question it to the point where you can get the first shot off and usually have them blind at the same time. So this is a great one to have if you haven't used this one, or if you have been using a different attachment. I highly recommend that you switch to this one and start trying to prioritize this one. It seems to be incredibly useful from what I've seen. And last but not least, we have the barrel, and on the barrel I am running the tactical because again, I just do not want to deal with the vertical recoil in this game, so I am trying to minimize that as much as possible on my builds, and this seems to do the trick great alongside the Underbarrel. Right now this is one of my favorite builds, but I did want to add some honorable mentions to some things that I do enjoy using while working to get to these items on other weapons. And so I'm going to start off with the hollow. The hollow is one of my favorite things to use. Once I get this thing, I always slap it on everything to see if I like it, and most of the time I really do like it. It's really one of my favorite sights, and I don't like the other hollow, by the way, so if you like the other hollow, I'm sorry if this disappoints you, but I like this one better, and personally, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Next up, the tried and true, the red dot, guys. The red dot is so good in this game. I really love how picture perfect it is. You can see so clearly through it. It is so good. Definitely one of the best sights. And last but not least, the thermal sight, guys. The flare is so good, and I know that I haven't put much time into the flare, but I think that on certain maps it definitely has its place and it's super fun to use, and I definitely have used it, and I don't think I've hit its potential yet, so I might have to try that out sooner rather than later. But I know a lot of you guys like it, so if you're a fan of the flare, comment down below. And those are my favorites, guys. If you're disappointed that your attachment didn't get in the video, comment it down below, and maybe we'll get back to another video showing everybody else's favorite attachments and builds if you're curious. Again, guys, though, thank you so much for all the support recently on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the links down below in the description. We have the Twitch, the Patreon, and the Discord, and as well, I just recently became a YouTube partner, so if you want to help me celebrate that, hit that join button down below as well. Again, guys, my name is Factures, and I really appreciate you and your time. Help me in my quest towards 5,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you guys again. Peace out, and I love you.